Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Great to see so many of you guys catching up on the replay. Guys, just joined us live. Just going to give it a few moments to let the Collision crew join us. We've got a very exciting live today with a great friend of mine, Gary Mach, drums all the way from Mauritius. Gary is going to be sharing his experiences with our community. Great to see so many of you joining us, guys. As you join us, let us know where you're joining us in and tuning in from today. Are you in the UK? Are you in the US? Are you overseas, in Asia, in Latin America? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. And of course, if you have any questions at all about Collision, Backstage, what this community is all about, who we are, what we do, or anything that you want to put to our esteemed guest today, Gary, that is absolutely fine. You can do so in the comments. Great to see you guys. Lee, Daryl joining us. We've got Gloria from Belgium. Awesome stuff. Good to see Mr. Longend. Good to see drummer LC Drums, Chris Layton in the building. Great to see you, sir. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for your support. Here.drums. Good to see you. Guys, let's get into today's live. Again, very special guest joining us. Got Gary Mach. And if you have... He's sharing his experiences about Backstage and what Backstage is all about and his experiences there as well. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Gary again with you all. He's a great friend of mine and he's in the building. How are you, sir? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, all good. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear. Thank you so much again for doing this. And I really appreciate your
Thanks
time.
for having me.
No, totally, Gary. Honestly, it's been something we've been meaning to do, and I know we've been talking a little bit about getting things set up, so it's just great that we've finally been able to get on each other's time. But for those community members, Gary, who maybe don't know you a little bit yet, but want to get to know you, you know, can you just introduce yourself, please? Who you are, where you're based, and yeah, how you got started in drumming, please.
So yeah, hi everyone. Hi to the drum community. So glad to have this family of drummers and musicians. So I'm basically from a small island called Mauritius. A lot of you might have heard of it. And I started drumming in 2000. In the year 2000, I was still in school, like 12 years old. And I had like three guys coming up to, like the guys coming to fetch me on saying like if I play drums. And I was like, yeah, I just started drums. And they asked me, so let's make a band. And I said, yeah, why not? And I had no idea what music to play. And they were doing Linkin Park covers, Blink-182 covers. And that's how I got into drumming. And at the same time I joined this band, I was in a music school learning classical drums, studying marching bands and stuff, doing rudiments, reading notes, like notations, scores. A year after that, I joined the orchestra, playing percussions, timpanis, and then I became the drummer of the orchestra at the same time playing rock with a rock band. So it was quite interesting. And one side doing classical music, on the other side doing rock, you know, like.
It's amazing. No, and I think it's such a great, you know, again, just such a great timeline in terms of, having the, like you said, the orchestral side of your music, also the rock, and obviously having influences like Linkin Park showing up. And, you know, like you say, it's kind of that, you know, it's a unique story. And I think that's really great to hear. And look at that. I mean, Drumanizer, go check his page out. What's up, Carlton from Ryan Grant
Hey,
there.
thanks, Drumanizer.
Good to see the community coming out in waves and droves. Good to see you there. Chris Layton from Portland, Maine, fellow Backstage artist. And yeah, coming into that, you know, I want to take a moment, Gary, to just acknowledge you. And, you know, we got partnered up this year and it's just amazing to be able to have that link, you know, that connection there. I mean, just to get started, what was it about Backstage and Collision that really aligned with you? Because I know you found us, you know, a little bit later into your career, which is amazing. And it's just so great that we've finally been able to connect. But, you know, what was it that stood out about Collision that really just set other brands aside, you know, and obviously led to you joining us Backstage as well?
Okay, honestly speaking, it was during lockdown, like, and I was like everybody, you know, like kind of lost with my drumming. What's gonna work? How do we get a living out of drumming? Because I know a lot of us are just doing drums as a main job. Like we teach drums, we play for live events and stuff. And during lockdown, I was really wondering what to do. And actually, I'm really thankful because you guys sent me a message. And at first I was like, who are these guys? Never heard of Collision Drumsticks, because on the island, all we know, it's Big Fluff, Drumsticks, and Collision came to me. I was like, wow, this is huge. Like, a drumstick brand coming to me, and to me, I'm like a nobody. I'm not even known. And
You
you
matter to us,
guys,
my friend.
and then you approached me. I was like, wow. So this is the kind of approach we all dream of, you know, like someone seeing us, approaching us, and actually telling us to use like the drumsticks, like the services you offer, the types of drumsticks. And I never heard of the 5ARs, and I heard of them. I was like, I need to get those. These are like perfect for drumming and rocking. And then through you, I met the whole community. Like I know the first meeting we had online. To me, it was like, you know, I was walking down the street, someone approaching me, telling me, "Hey, join us, and you won't be sad. It's gonna be amazing." And it was an unexpected adventure because I joined actually thinking, okay, what is it all about? What's gonna happen? And honestly, I'm so happy that you guys came to me. I'm really happy. I didn't hesitate to join. I'm really glad to meet people, other drummers like Jose.
Yeah.
I'm meeting like Nick. I'm meeting even Jamie and all these drummers, even D2 drummer like Bob. I keep watching all of you guys. I don't have the interaction as much, but I look at you guys for the interviews, and I mean, wow, I'm really happy to belong to a community. It's like going to the school I've always dreamt of, you know, like a school that really caters for us the way you guys do. And joining Backstage has been, for me, this year was the best thing ever because you really took care of me. Where I was lost, you guys came and you were like, "Hey man, don't worry, it's okay. You just have to do this. Oh, you stuck there. Okay, no worries. Do this, do this." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what we all need as drummers." And the guidance was really incredible. So I'm always going to be thankful to you guys for actually coming up with Backstage, which is an amazing thing. And I really invite many people, drummers, musicians to join in because I was looking at the other interviews and people who don't play drums are also interested. So even I would tell them join Backstage if you don't mind because so much knowledge to take, you know?
Totally no. And I want to say a huge thank you for the kind words and sharing your thoughts and experiences because that's what it's all about, Gary. And, you know, you're welcome, my friend, and welcome home as well. And I know, you know, you've been looking for this for a long time and, you know, just having that community was so important to you to be able to bounce ideas off your fellow drummers, to be able to discuss ideas, help others through their challenges as well, as much as obviously through your own. And it's just been great to see you grow out of this. I mean, you know, on the other side of it, and guys, if you want to join Gary, join, you know, some of these phenomenal artists that Gary has mentioned already and countless others, you know, as well, and just get into this community, all you have to do is go to collisiondrumsticks.com/membership and you can sign up there. You can hit the link in our bio as well. But Gary, in terms of obviously the results you've seen and obviously, you know, since joining Backstage, where do you feel you are now in terms of your journey? Do you feel like Backstage has been able to set you up for the better in terms of getting sort of that accelerated results, getting towards your goals as well and steps closer towards them?
Definitely. Because like I said, I used to post like once in a while. I didn't really care about posting because to me, I'm not that familiar with how social media works, you know, with most of the guys that usually pack out drums, go out live and play. And then when we were stuck home, like you guys came in and really guided me like, okay, what to post, when to post, how to arrange myself, and how to get my music, because I also make music. You know, doing covers sometimes can be tricky because of the copyright stuff and all that. You get your video sound muted. So
we've been there, haven't we? And we talked about this backstage, didn't we? And we kind of walked you through the step-by-steps out.
Exactly. And those are the things, that's why like it's really interesting that we have you to guide us, because at first my videos are muted and I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. And then with Backstage guiding us the proper way how to do it. So we're not hopeless, you know, like I don't feel hopeless. I'm like, YouTube's blocking my video, Facebook is blocking my video. I'm going to go Backstage and check what my mates are telling, you know, like, same for my website. I spent like a year working on a website for my drumming. how I want to share my drumming experience on a website. And I was stuck at one point, and I remember talking to you about it, and you told me, wait for it, it's gonna come on the next week, just stay tuned. And yeah, I'm so glad, like, we get so much information and guidance. And I've been reading about where you started as well, because you've been sharing as well your experiences with the drummers and where you started as a drummer or the gigs you've been and how you came up with Collision Backstage. I'm really impressed, man. Like, huge respect for that, Carlton. Seriously.
Thank you, sir. No, brilliant. And it's great drummers like you and you guys watching that inspire me and the team to keep doing what we do. You know, for me, it was all about building that community because I didn't have it, Gary. You know, like yourself at the time, looking for that right fit, that right drumstick, that right pair, that right friend. And we built it, you know, and I know we've got some new faces and new friends in the comments there as well. We have a new friend there, Tom Amenza, currently new to the page, looking forward to understanding how you guys work and the concept you're developing. I mean, please speak to Gary. Gary, you don't mind me saying that, do you? I mean, if there's any questions
Not
or if
at
anyone
all.
wants to connect, you know, please speak to Gary after today's live.
Oh, we're here for sharing anyway. Like, don't hesitate.
That's what we're here for. Totally.
We always say, man, this tagline, community, like above competition, it's gonna stay in my mind and my soul forever because it's true. Like how you guys managed to unite all the drummers. This community is what we have all been dreaming of. Yeah.
One world. Yeah, one friendship, one family. That's it to me. And you know, and I know it speaks to so many of us as musicians because that's what we're after. That's what we're searching for. You know, we've got the band and we can relate on a certain level to the guitarist and the singer, but we need the drum and connection. And it's so difficult at times to find that right fit for us as drummers and that right brand. And you know, we're here, guys. And if this speaks to you, get involved. Again, collisiondrumsticks.com to learn more. Connect with Gary as well. We pinned Gary's Instagram handle as well in the chat there. So if you want to give Gary a follow and connect up with him after the show, I know he doesn't mind that at all, and he'd love to as well. Gary, I mean, just in terms of backstage and obviously favorite moments or favorite parts of it, what's probably your most favorite area or subject or experience that you've had backstage? Is there anything that comes to mind? Is it the community? Is it the resources? Is it the you know, the frameworks that we built out? Is it the ongoing experts, or is it kind of something else?
Honestly, it's the whole thing as one, because you just get everything everywhere. Like everything you need is there. Like anytime I need the expert corner, I just go there. If I need the other drummers advice, like I see their post and their comments, and their comments as well help so much, because by times there's questions I would like to ask and I just in the comments and posted something, I'm like, yeah, he already asked it, and then you reply. So I mean, everywhere you go backstage, you feel connected. I mean, I don't have a particular page, or I don't know, it's everywhere I go, I feel loved, and the knowledge is there.
Thank you.
Especially,
Thank you.
I don't know, like, social media, all the tips you guys give.
It's needed, isn't it? It's just so important for us as musicians to have these resources.
Yeah,
it's something
yeah.
that I always looked for, and I know for you, it's something you were searching for. And you know, we had to build it because it was not there. I mean, look, Gary's got every. Gary, do you mind just talking through what that is, please? Because that's brilliant to see.
That's the planner you guys actually gave to us, and
it's awesome.
I decided, like, let me print that and write down. So I have one for a week, one that's for a month. So I just split them in weeks and months, how to handle, like, even you guys motivate me to start practicing more. Where I used to drum once a day, now it's like I wake up, have breakfast, drum.
Yeah.
And then after, produce some music for an hour and go back to drumming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always there. It's always there. Like the motivation to drum is there because I'm thinking, hey, my mates are going to share some stuff about drumming. I mean, D2 Drummer is always, I love watching this guy. He's full of energy, and even the other drummers, I mean, the whole community, I keep looking at their videos and it's inspiring in every way. Even Jamie's video with double kicks, the way he interpreted every song his own way of playing. Each drummer in the community
Yeah,
is unique, and we
absolutely.
each learn from each other, which is amazing.
Totally, totally. Everyone carries a story, Gary. Everyone comes with a different perspective, a different approach to drumming, social media, guidance, advice, more friends, community, everything. And I think that's really exciting because, like you say, there's a lot that you can lean on in terms of that relatability because you guys are going through similar challenges together, working through these challenges, you know, but you're all at different stages as well. So at different points, things show up differently for each of us as musicians. You know, look at now. I mean, like you have already acknowledged and mentioned, you know, this year has been a struggle for us all as drummers. You know, in one way or another, we've had to pivot and not stop because if we do stop, then that's it. The music's over. The stage is closed. The door is shut. And for us, we don't want that to happen. We want you guys to get more and more involved in drumming. And Gary said it
Yeah.
himself. You know, he is now doubling down in his music. He's now taking, you know, like you said, you're taking that first step. You're planning. You're putting into place these implementations, and you're thriving from it, my friend. So it comes down to the hard work you're putting in, my friend. I want to celebrate you. This is kind of a winners Thursday as well, and a winners live because you know you're celebrating some great success as well. And I know you've been able to track a lot more. You've got a lot coming up as well. You know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes as well, guys. And you know what's also beneficial is things like what Gary had mentioned, kind of hard copy planning, putting in the process. We launched this as well for our exclusively to start with our backstage community because you guys are going to be implementing. And I mean, what's in this? It's literally a planner designed for you guys and obviously to help you guys innovate and get stuff done. You know, you got your week ratings, you got your planner there, you got everything you need, and we're building resources like this because it speaks to drummers like you guys. So, and the thing is,
Honestly, yeah,
the
we
feedback's
need
great.
that. We need that.
Yeah, my brother. Always. I know you do. That's why we're doing it, my friend. And I mean, just in
Because you
terms of
see, like, I don't
go
know
on.
if you see all the papers around. So if I get this book you just showed, it's gonna be more organized.
Yeah, totally, totally. And you know, the resources are there. I mean, Gary's printing them out and putting them on his wall and you know, making sure that you manifest it, you know, and I think there's something really special about that, you know, printing it out, handwriting it, because you see it, you interpret it. You get a lot from the screen, but you get it through different mediums. That's why we're doing lives. That's why we do pre-recorded. That's why we do verbal, oral, you know, everything in terms of, you know, the way we communicate, because it has to be delivered in different ways because all of us as drummers are different and we learn differently as well. Gary, just in terms of obviously just like your big goals for 21, would you just mind sharing some of your big aims that you want to try and hit on over the next 6 to 12 months as a drummer?
Yeah, I mean, besides drumming, I love producing music where I actually get to drum.
Yeah.
So my goals for next year, it's to really release my tracks because I come from Mauritius and we have those kind of triplets, what I call TNA beats. So it's like a triplet style of playing 12/8 and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's our traditional music, which
Lovely.
we've been trying to blend with electronic music and everything. It's the new era, so we keep experimenting electronic with traditional and everything.
That's exciting.
And percussions are the core of this traditional music. And me as a drummer and percussionist, I want to bring this drumming to the next level, you know, like see how I can really push forward traditional local music into these new coming beats that I call TNA beats eventually.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I have Collision Drumstick backstage to back me up. Like you guys are around me, so I'm not really scared to go ahead with that. Because even with the community, like all the friends we have, what's good, we have an idea and we share, and others just comment. Like I say, Drum Eyes are always following, commenting, Nick. So many friends actually that once we post something, somebody's telling, hey man, nice job, more percussions, or this could be good. And these friends are actually helping me, and I love to carry them together with my projects. Like
Yeah.
the goals I have next year is really make music and feature a few of the friends we have, the community, you know.
This is it, Gary, and you absolutely nailed it. You know, Chris is so right, and you know that's what it's all about. And yeah, absolutely enjoy it. Chris, good stuff, mate. He's got a day off finally. I know he's been so busy, and everyone's life's going on at the minute, isn't it, Gary? With everything happening at the moment, it's and it's DIY as well. Backstage, you can pick it up and put it down as much as you want, and you can join us in the lives. You can catch up in the replays. You can submit questions ahead, and that's what it's all about. And I mean, these goals you have in mind, my goodness, congratulations on all the success you've had this year. I know this year has been turbulent enough, but you haven't let it stop you. You've been taking action. You've been implementing, my friend. You have made more connections this year, it's safe to say, than probably any year prior.
True.
And that's really what it's all about, making sure, we have been left a window of opportunity to seize, and that is to, like you say, make these meaningful connections, implement, and obviously take your music to the next level. And you live and breathe and prove, Gary, that can happen. So we are supporting you 110% of the way. You know that, we have a great relationship anyways, and we were on the phone earlier about sticks and things like that, weren't we, earlier this month? So, it's a friendship, isn't it, as much as it is,
Indeed,
a partnership. And that's what it should be. That's how brands should have with their artists and their team. And certainly Backstage, that's what we have going on as well. I mean, Gary, just in terms of that community piece, what do you think about the music industry currently with everything going on at the minute? It's a bit turbulent, isn't it? And why is a supplement question, why do you think community is just so important at the moment and things like Backstage to lean on?
In a community, like even drummers, it takes a drummer to understand a drummer.
Yeah.
And when I was looking at Wes in like what he was saying, there's one thing he said that really made me say, yeah, true that. Because he said, there's already too much of everybody else. Just be yourself, because people want to see more of you. And when I see all my friends in the drum community, like each of them having their own way, and nobody's trying to be someone else, they come and, hey, this is me. This is my drumming. This is how I drum.
Yeah.
And in the community, we are accepted for the drummer we are. And this is what's really amazing. The community really acknowledge you, and how you always say, we are always being celebrated. It's like, yeah.
It's what we want. It's what we want. We want to be champions. We want to be celebrated, because all too often, Gary, it's so true. We're at the back of the room, aren't we? We're out of sight, out of mind, the only drummer in the room. So trying to find drummers, like you say, it's a rarity, isn't it? In today, it's specifically today, where the only thing we have to rely on pretty much is online and the opportunities there. And we're taking action Backstage. We're doing so much. Every week something's happening new. There's either a live going on, or a training, or a goal setting. And that's what it's all about, is making sure that, you have the resources you need, but you have the support you need as well. And community is just so vital. And it's just really great to hear. And I think just so validating, especially from you and your experiences, to say, coming from, the backgrounds and the walks of life and the journeys each of us do, it's that accountability and relatability. We're all going through this together, but we can go through it together in a community if you guys want to.
Exactly.
So,
and to come back to the industry, music industry, you were saying, it's like, and it's true, like it's a tough industry, but I realize even after following everything you've been telling me at Backstage, I tried posting like covers and then my originals, and I realized I have more views and likes and shares on the originals. So it really works. Like, even if the music industry is tough, but at one point people will really connect with you, like the true drummer, musician you are, for what you do, because you're being true. And in this world we're living, people want to connect with what's true. And to me, Collision, Drumstick, Backstage, you guys are real. You are true. Like,
thank you.
Everything you're sharing is honest. It's given. It's like you say, community, family. We really feel belong. We feel like this is home. Yeah. So thanks so much for bringing us together, man. Like,
you're most welcome, dude. And I'm just so pleased that you took it up. You joined us, and the thing is, I mean, you're currently in Mauritius. I'm here in the UK. Monique and the team are in the States. The Backstage team's here in the UK, and our community is global, isn't it? And I just think that's so special, and I know you do as well. Yeah, it's amazing. It truly is amazing stuff, mate. But you've been brilliant, and I want to say a huge thank you for just sharing. You know, just coming on here, sharing your thoughts, Gary. And you know,
It's
Gary,
my
just in
pleasure.
terms of obviously, you know, those artists who might be watching now. You know, certain artists may be connecting and learning about Collision or yourself or Backstage for the first time today. Who might be on the fence? Who might be thinking, you know, is now the right time really for me to be joining something like this? Is now the right time for me to be finding
Yes.
community? What do you have to say to those guys, eh?
Join now. Don't hesitate. Come on.
You got to
Because
make
my
it.
first time in the community, I was thinking, I mean, am I gonna do that?
Yeah,
And okay, honestly speaking, I had just the exact like a few bucks left. And to me, I saved that to invest to push myself. And when
nice.
Collision came and I went through the whole talk with all of you guys, I didn't hesitate. Like the only money I had left, I'm like, I'm going backstage. Yeah,
Yes, you
let's go.
are. And you
Yeah,
put the chips in, and when the odds were stacked against you, you doubled down, Gary, and it's paying off. You know, you know, you're
it
thriving.
did.
You know, you've got these
It did.
opportunities coming up. We're doing things backstage that no one else is doing, and it's just great to see
Yeah.
every week. You're here, you're present, you're tuning in, you're showing up for yourself, you're taking action, and like you say, you count and bet on yourself, and you invest in yourself, and that's what it's all about. We invest as drummers, like I say each and every time, on drum kits, cymbals, sticks, hardware, miscellaneous stuff. We never really invest in ourselves, how we learn knowledge, effort, focus, community. All of these things are available to you, but it's the last thing we truly think about, when really knowledge is wealth, knowledge is power. And you know, Gary, you are cashing it in, you are really getting the true benefit. And I just want to say a huge thank you today for just, you know, pouring your heart out, pouring your thoughts, really sharing, you know, everything about Backstage and your experiences. We will get you back on, my friend. We will do this again. We will check in with you and see how in the next few months, you know, your Backstage is treating you, and the new opportunities that I know are coming are treating you as well and serving you. So just a huge thank you again. And Gary, for those artists maybe wanting to reach out to you, connect with you after a day's live, maybe wanting to ask you a few questions about Backstage and obviously your journey specifically, how can those artists get in touch, Gary?
Say again, sorry. How can one?
How can the community get in touch with you after a day's live? Where's the best place for the
Ah,
community
okay.
to find
Yeah.
more about you and your music?
So, like I mentioned earlier, I took like a year to make a website. So if you want to really connect with me, I have a website like gary-mac.com,
You got to
or you can find me on Facebook, Gary Mac Drummer, on Instagram, Gary Mac Drummer. I mean, yeah, these three are the main sources where you can find me, but I would really invite you guys to have a look at the website and share your thoughts, because it's really a huge part of me as a drummer that I took and put there. So yeah.
bless you.
And also
Give
like,
Gary a follow, team. Please do. Please go support Gary and his music endeavors, because he's really working hard in Mauritius. And I know you're paving the way for the industry out there, my friend. And I know that is not easy at times, but go knowing you have my full support, the team's full support. We have every, you know, we wish every success for you, my friend. You know, we're really, really rooting for you.
thanks. And if I may add,
Please.
like, even if you're following me, I'm really happy if you follow me, but as well, like we are a community, follow all the other drummers you can as much as you can, because these guys, they are amazing as well. I mean, I'm watching a few other profiles and videos. These guys are amazing. I mean, each one follow each one, and let's keep learning from each other. And you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, like we pivot, we don't pause, we don't stop. Drummers, we're the heartbeat. Like we're a
Yes, we are.
heartbeat. We don't stop, we die.
Yes, yes, we are the heartbeat, my friend. That is so true. And, you know, and I think that just really summarizes, you know, everything we've really talked about today just so perfectly. You know, that heartbeat is shared collectively. We are one, you know, we are one community, one world, one drummer. And, you know, and all of us carry a story, yes. And we need to connect and we need to discuss that. And we need to share in that, because at the minute, a lot of people are hurting, and we need to make sure everyone's here. And look, you've got Horadu, you've got Jose joining us, Patrick, Jasper,
Jose,
LC, Mark, D2, and Anton. We've got
Edu,
Romy, got LC Drums still in the building, Terrence, Romy again, Sidar, Sam,
hey
Ephraim.
Patrick.
this is community, Gary, isn't it? You know, and guys,
Yeah.
follow each other. We got Scott in the building as well. Zach Demo's in the building. Thank you so much, guys. We've got who else? M.J, Thomas. We've got Irish Dahl. We've got Whistler again. We've got Drummanizer as always. Thanks so much, my friend. You know, this is what it's all about, Gary, for sure. So yeah, let's touch base soon, my friend. Thank you again for just your time today. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, my friend. And again, just best of luck with all these goals. We're going to be joining you. We're having an implementation week this week coming, and then we're back on the phones next week doing a live, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then.
Yeah, thanks so much. And to all those who didn't join Backstage, do it now. Those are closing. Join.
Go find Gary. Go find Gary backstage and link up. Yeah, that's the one. And give him a follow. We've got his comment pinned, his handle pinned. Go support Gary. Thanks so much, my friend. Stay safe over there.
Thanks so much to you guys. Yep.
See you soon, my friend.
Yep.
See you soon, brother. Amazing stuff. What a friend, what a gentleman, musician, drummer, everything, producer. My goodness, guys, that is it for today. Brilliant time. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to get involved with us, if you guys are just thinking this is it, you know, I am ready to go, get involved in Backstage, you know, sign me up. Where do I have to go? collisiondrumsticks.com/membership. The team is going to have that in the bio. You just click the bio. Again, collisiondrumsticks.com/membership, guys. Try it for a month. See what you think. See what it can do for you guys. It will change your drumming. It will change your perspective. It will change your outlook. We're focusing on mindset, music, monetizing your music, foundations, funds, friends, formats, future. We cover it all in Backstage, guys. We've got expert sessions every single month, new voices, new perspectives, and we've got the community there as well. So again, we've got so many of our Backstage community joining us each and every single week here live. Thank you to you guys, because you guys really make this brand the brand we are, the community brand. And again, if you want to join and get involved and link up with our phenomenal team, hit us up. DM us, drop us a like in the comments, drop us a comment, DM us, or go to collisiondrumsticks.com for more info, team. We will see you backstage. And again, I'm going to see you shortly. Stay safe. Thank you so much to everyone watching, always supporting us. Keep doing it, guys, because you guys matter. For endorsements, products, and more, collisiondrumsticks.com. And for Backstage, collisiondrumsticks.com/membership. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Stay safe. God bless.